Wilson flicking that right leg out. And Don Wilson dancing out of trouble there. While his British opponent is obviously looking for a way forward, looking to establish dominance early in the round. And I think Wilson, the American Wilson, very craftily. And the British guy coming forward there. The fight hotting up very early in the first round, Kevin.
Yeah, what we got here is Keith Wilson is trying to show that he is in there with any bit of a chance as Don Wilson is. And he's doing a pretty good job so far, but it's still early.
Keith Wilson rattles the dragon, Don Hoshino Wilson. And Keith coming in again. What a turner. Oh, and now a right-hander from Don Wilson. Clubs the British fighter. He seems to be rattled by that. Wilson knows to retire to a corner. That is true championship material. Don Wilson was getting himself injured, and he came back with something to stop the guy.
That's right, it's championship material.
And a powerful left there, smothers.
It looks like we have a tech. Sorry, B, go right ahead.
Carry on, carry on.
It's to me like we have a technician against a slugger right now.
Definitely. Wilson, very powerful technician, throwing in these light flicking kicks. And the most powerful technique he's thrown all so far was that punch that rattled the British fighter, sent him to the canvas.
Seen immediately hit him on the back of the head, toward the back of the head. What do you think?
Yes, definitely. And I think Don Wilson has underestimated his British opponent for this bout.
Yeah, it looks like he has, but I still think he looks unworried, and it looks like he looks comfortable at this time.
Certainly, yes, yes. Well, it's a nice position sometimes to be the underdog, because if you put up a good fight, that's something. If you lose, nobody's that worried. And if you win, then you've done it against the odds. Interestingly, Don Wilson, in just about every fight he's been into, has always been the underdog on the card. People didn't give him a chance to beat Sikatich. He did. Johnny Terrio, I believe that was a draw. And the various other fights, he's always come in as the underdog. And in this particular instance, he is the favourite. Keith Wilson has that position. Seconds away, round two. And the dragon is fast off the stool. Don Hoshino Wilson, half Japanese. Fighting, I believe, Kevin, out of your home state of Miami, Florida.
That's right. I've got to go with him. I hope he makes it because he's a homeboy naturally. Right leg there, snaking up. Wilson wiping it off after it's connected with Keith Wilson's face. Wilson timing that clubbing right, just right. Don Wilson timing the clubbing right as the opponent lunges in. Measuring up real good for that left cross.
Certainly. Now they've got punching in the clinches. Keith Wilson flying in with his punches and not much accuracy about them. Right leg snapping up again.
Wilson looks real worried. His facial expression shows a man that is desperate and is just hanging in.
This is Don or Keith? Keith Wilson.
Keith
yes,
Wilson.
Yes, yes. Very confusing having two fighters with the same name in the ring. British fighter had the American reeling then with some hooks to the head. Jumping in with a spinning kick. Oh, and again, Don Wilson timed that right hand and got the best shot there was. And there he was clowning in the neutral corner. And this is clearly the championship attitude. He's putting the mark of his mark on the fight. Keith on the run then from the American. I'm really looking for Don Wilson to take the fighting up a notch in the next round.
I'd agree with that, Dave. It looks to me like he's really just being reserved for the first 2 rounds.
Seconds away. Round 3. Round 3. Wilson's covering up there, taking shots from Keith Wilson. And a bit of messy grappling on the far side of the ring.
It's a messy fight. I'm
not very impressed with either man, really. I must say Keith Wilson's doing better than we would have hoped, would have expected rather. And Don Wilson just throwing in these very light kicks. Oh, a powerful round kick to the body. And I'm sure he can't have fought like this in his previous encounters with top champions, because he would never be a world champion with this kind of form.
He's very unorthodox, very lazy, laid-back kind of fighter.
Yes, nice strong right hand there, but the timing was slightly off as he came forward.
But a very scrappy, messy fight.
Definitely.
It's almost a brawl.
Doubling up on the hook there. And he's hitting these shots are hitting Wilson, Keith Wilson, but not seeming to do too much damage. A very durable man here. And Wilson bending over from Don Wilson, bending over from the waist there. Keith Wilson coming forward, and Don Wilson, Don the Dragon, seems to be very tired. He unleashed a strong left hand there, but doesn't seem to have got Keith Wilson off him. Waiting for the ref to separate them. Round kick from Wilson, hitting the head of Keith Wilson. Don Wilson taking a shot, getting one. Missing up in a neutral corner. Again, a scrappy round. And I am very surprised that Don Wilson's not doing more.
I expected more from Don Wilson. I expected cleaner punching, more effective, and I expected a KO against an opponent of his opponent's caliber.
Certainly. I'm sure that Don Wilson's corner are telling him he has to step up the action, and indeed he does. And Wilson moves around, hits with a right-hander over the top, and then steps away, arms raised. Again, the mark of confidence. And Keith Wilson looks in better condition of the two, but looks can be deceiving. Round kicks and round punches to the head.
Keith Wilson is down on his feet. He's real tired.
Right leg round kick then. And Keith Wilson got more of desperation than anything.
If Don Wilson is real world championship status, he really ought to knock him out this round.
Certainly. Clowning around. Keith Wilson holding on the ropes there for a moment. He's taking some serious shots from Don. A dragon, and Don the Dragon really is messing around with him now. After a shaky first 3 rounds. He's really picking his shots now. And Wilson is down and almost out. And I think the corner must be considering throwing the towel in at this stage. Don Wilson plowing forward. Picking his shots pretty much.
Keith Wilson is real down his feet like a set face.
Yeah.
Don Wilson ought to put the final nail in the coffin and end this disaster.
His timing is off there, and were it not for the fact that they're hoping to survive the round, I would thought that Keith Wilson's corner would have been anxious to throw the towel in then when he went down previously. And Keith Wilson unable to fight, being pushed to the ground there by Don Wilson. Keith Wilson slowly getting back to his feet. And Don Wilson getting impatient, I think, more than anything else. And Keith Wilson is exhausted after that round, whereas Don seems to have found a new lease of life.
But saying that, Don doesn't seem to be interested in the fight at all.
Right.
He looks like he really ought to be home watching TV.
Well, he did say to me before the fight that he didn't really consider this a sporting challenge for him. And I must admit that even though this has not been an exciting bout, I would have him now well ahead on points.
Oh, most definitely.
With the fourth round, he won. Now, maybe they're subtracting a point for his pushing the opponent down to the ground like that.
Yeah.
The ref is going over to different judges to talk to them about this.
The only way Keith can't win this fight is if he doesn't come out for the last round. Not Keith, Don.
Right.
But...
And he looks fine, he looks happy. I think he's messing around. He was certainly clowning in the last bout, in the last round.
But, you know, Bay, in my reckonings, a champion ought to go out there and prove that he's a champion.
Definitely, yeah.
Every champion gets out there and wants to show his worth and give the audience something to go home to remember.
And Wilson applauding the fact that Keith Wilson's come out. Again, that psychological edge, which you've always talked about, Kevin, and I think Don Wilson exhibiting it there, throwing in these high flicking kicks, and he still seems relatively fresh.
Yeah.
And Keith Wilson, on the other hand, is, I would say, in serious trouble at this stage. And Keith Wilson moving forward. He does not have the technique at this stage of the game. Taking a right hand, just falling over, cannot help himself. And I think Don Wilson himself wondering why the fight has not been stopped at this stage. Keith is still in possession of his faculties, and they obviously think they'd like to give him the honour of lasting the 5 rounds if they can.
Yeah, he's out there to go the distance if he can. But that's the word, if he can. He looks like he could drop down at any time. He's got to be exhausted. There's got to be a question mark on Keith Wilson's stamina and endurability.
Right.
Because...
At the same time, Wilson's missing with these bombs. Like Don Wilson knocking the guy around, and really this...
They ought to stop the fight at this time.
Should be stopped this time. Really ludicrous.
This is lack of experience from the corner, obviously. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But I'd say we ought to stop the fight.
And they've stopped the fight, quite rightly. In the 5th round, victory by a stoppage to Don Hoshino Wilson. He's applauding his opponent, and really Keith Wilson has taken enough.
Most definitely.
The proper decision then.
Not a satisfying fight. A lot of people will be a little disappointed with that, but then again, they're not in there taking a punishment.
Definitely.